Hi, boys and girls. Happy Halloween. As you can see, I have my Halloween scape in the background, and it's almost here. I'd like to read you a story. So, this is my story, and in the slide, you will see you're to click on Music Play Online, and you can add sound effects to my story. Okay, are you ready, little ghost? Oh, he's a little scared. Want to join your buddies over there? No? Okay. Under the Bed by Arnie Lightning. This book is available online and it's really fun. There's a number of spooky Halloween stories for kids, and it's great for beginning and early readers. It's fun to go camping and sit and read aloud their ghost stories, and I just thought it would be a fun thing to do for Halloween. Okay, so just listen to the story. Under the Bed. Christy lay under the bed, staring at the ceiling. Did she lay under the bed, Mrs. Edelbrock? Did she lay under the bed or in the bed? Silly Mrs. Edelbrock. She laid in the bed, staring at the ceiling. She was almost certain she had heard something, but she had drifted off to sleep, and it was so faint. She listened, but there was no sound. She sighed and turned onto her side, and she heard it again. Oh, a soft moaning. It was brief, but this time she was sure of what she sat up and scanned her room and listened for the sound. Hello? She asked her dark room. She was answered by another moan. Ah. Her back stiffened as she peered over the edge of her bed. The sound was coming from underneath. Slowly, cautiously, Christina lowered herself down to look under her bed. What she saw made no sense, though her head was upside down. She looked at the right side of her bedroom, one not unlike her own. She stuck her hand in and touched the floor that should have been the underside of the bed. It was a solid floor with rough carpeting. She leaned further under the bed, and she could feel gravity pulling her toward the floor. She tumbled over and popped out into a different bedroom. She sat up and looked around. The moan rose up again. This time right behind her. She turned around and saw sitting on a bed not unlike her own, but a girl not unlike herself. This girl's skin was gray and pulled too tight. Her mouth was too large and filled with sharp teeth at odd angles. The gray girl moaned again and pointed right at Chrissy. Chrissy couldn't scream. Her entire body was frozen, and even the air in her lungs refused to move. Yelled the gray girl. The gray girl continued to scream as Chrissy scrambled scrambled under the bed and came back out into her own room. She silently sat and stared at her bed, breathing. She waited for the monster to come crawling after her. But after a while, she realized it wasn't coming. Chrissy sighed. Thank goodness. Whatever that thing was seemed just as scared of her as she was of it. She stood and went back. As she lay in her bed, Chrissy heard the door open. A light flicked on underneath her bed. She could hear a deep voice growl and say, "What's wrong, honey?" The gray girl screeched, "There's something under my bed!" "Well, I guess I should have looked under there," the deep voice said. What do you think is under her bed? I hope you enjoyed the story. Take a moment and go ahead and look through the sound effects on Music Play Online. Change them up in the story. If you want to get the book, go ahead and download it. I think it's $3.95. And you can have the whole book, and then you can play with all the sound effects on Music Play Online. Happy Halloween, boys and girls, and trick or treat. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Trick or